as Israel expanded its control and occupation over 4 territories in the aftermath of the Six-Day War. It devised a system of population control that remains in place 5 decades later. After the 1967 war, the Israeli military declared the occupied territories to be closed areas, making it mandatory for Palestinian residents to obtain permits to enter or leave. Palestinians who were abroad during that time missed out on the subsequent population census and were not granted identification papers. The clear delineator that has separated and dictated the lives of these Palestinians is the color-coded identification system issued by the Israeli military and reinforced in 1981 through its civil administration branch. Palestinians in the occupied West Bank and the Gaza Strip have green IDs, generally issued once they turn 16, while Palestinians in East Jerusalem and Israel have blue IDs. Tool of control. IDs are still issued by the Israeli military, despite the 1993 arrival of the Palestinian Authority government, noted Tahsin Alayan, head of monitoring and documentation for the Palestinian rights group Al-Haq. When it comes to the West Bank and Gaza Strip IDs, the role that the PA plays is more of a secretarial role, such as printing them out, he told Al Jazeera. Ultimately, it is the civil administration in the Beit El settlement who decides to issue them, based on whether the Palestinian is included in the population census. Miriam Marmer, International Communications Coordinator for the Gisha Human Rights Organization, said that Israel's control of the Palestinian population registry has been central to its efforts to control movement and demographics in the occupied Palestinian territories. Power over Palestinians' residency status is used as a tool of control, she said. Palestinians must be included in the Palestinian population registry to obtain ID cards and passports. In the occupied West Bank, Marmer added, Palestinians must have their IDs for internal travel due to the checkpoints interspersed within the territory. This system has drawn comparisons to laws in apartheid South Africa designed by whites to control the movement of blacks and mixed-race people and to keep them in inferior positions. Separation is the rule. Freedom of movement for Palestinians in the West Bank and Gaza, especially over the past 25 years, has been heavily restricted between these territories, where separation is the rule and access is the rare exception, Marmer said. It is illegal for a Palestinian in the occupied West Bank to travel to Gaza and Jerusalem unless they have a special travel permit from Israel. Likewise, Palestinians in Gaza are forbidden from going to Jerusalem and the West Bank unless the Israeli military issues them a permit. Israeli law had different military orders in the West Bank and Gaza Strip, Alayan said. Each territory was administered by a different Israeli military commander. The point of that was to maintain the division between the two territories, to make them easier to control.